Hey, I'm Zaid. So, ladies and gentlemen and other creatures watching this, uh, this is pretty much my very first YouTube video. Well, not my first technically, but my first where I'm actually talking. So anyways, most of you might not know who I am. Well, I am an artist, and today I'm gonna share with you how I've got into art. I've been an artist for like almost 10 years now. Well, I've been an artist for like my whole life, but I've started getting the hang of it like 10 years ago. Anyways, so today I'm gonna share with you this story of how I got into art and how I started drawing and stuff. That's pretty much it. You can tell that I'm terrible at introductions. So I hope that you like the video and that inspires you in a way or another. Thank you for watching, I really appreciate your time. And without further ado, let's get into it. So it all began with young me, the young version toddler of me, where I was like just so young and naive. I didn't know what I wanted to do with life back then. I really just like got asked a lot by teachers, what do you want to be in the future? I used to say that I want to be a painter, which was defined like someone who paints over walls. And I was like, whenever I saw a sheet of paper, hey, that's a sheet of paper, let's destroy it with some colors and pencil marks. And so I used it like to draw on paper wherever came to my mind or wherever I wanted the most actually. One of those stuff were like a cat, so my art style took the form of a cat in the beginning because like I really wanted a cat when I was young, like my parents wouldn't let me adopt one, so yeah. So it all began with this one person that really used it to provoke me when I was young. She was my aunt. She wanted to study art, but she did not. She for some specific reasons, and so she used it to draw a lot. And her drawings were so good. I like stared at them. How can I not do that? How dare you draw like that and I can't? And like she'd always like say, nee, I can do it and you can't. And then this is where like I'd stay all day trying to imitate wherever she draws. Like I remember one time when it really got me bad. She like drew this cheetah's lion, and I was like really trying my best to draw it. Like you see this face, you see your face. I'm gonna break it when I'm done with this drawing. And like I stood and tried to draw it over and over and over again until like it kinda looked like what she did. She was, of course, she would be like more experienced with it. Like she was way more older than me. Like there's 18 years between us. And yeah, she was really one of the main reasons that encouraged me into getting into art, and that really grew that attitude in me, the attitude of challenge and trying to beat the unbeatable, yeah. So my vision like started opening to the world where I was like starting to pay attention to stuff that I didn't pay attention to before. Like whenever I use it to sit down and like, hey, I wanna draw on board, I like didn't know where to begin. So I began with the basics. When I sit down to draw, like it was pretty much child playtime, and my sister would be like over there just playing with her toys or maybe doodling on another piece of paper. I would like just look at her like, how did she start? What are you gonna do? And then I find out that she is taking suddenly, surprisingly actually, she was like just imitating how Rebecca Sugar started out on art, like taking inspiration from her family and turn it into art or story. So I decided that I would like to do the same thing. I took out like whatever was happening with me in life and started to turn it into art as well, where like I started drawing members of my family the way I see them. And so it went on and on. Until I started this hobby of making figures out of tissues. I just really take the tissue and make TV characters that didn't have dolls yet, or just an original character, any original characters that came into my mind, any characters that I like wanted to see as a tissue or to play with as a tissue figure, and then I just really go ahead and draw that figure. At this point I really just felt that I have created something original. I am creating characters out of tissues.
We're creating life from nothing.
And then at school, like, I always get in troubles with my art. I am a person that literally hates studying. I don't like studying one bit. I hated school, every second of it, and I am so glad that it's over. Like, I don't regret it. I still hate it, and up until now. I'd always get in trouble with my art at the class because I never paid attention to the teacher. But luckily my school was a school that supported art. Like, they didn't want to take away my creativity, so the teachers would always be like confused whether to give me the attention or just to let it pass. I felt like they are just more impressed with what I have drawn while they were like talking or explaining stuff at the board. Yeah. And then at lunch breaks I'd always fight with my friends. Well, not particularly friends. I wouldn't call them friends. They were like more of a bullies. I can't call everyone a bully, but I didn't have many friends. Like, the friends I had in my whole school career, I can count them on my fingers right now.
Don't forget to make friends as well. You don't need a ton of them, okay? Just a few is fine. As long as they're ones that you can really trust.
Like, they always like just wait for me to go to the lunch break and then take that notebook out of my bag and then just tear it apart and then say, yeah, so what are you gonna do about just like stupid art? And they are just gonna, they think that they are having fun. Well, honestly, not all of them. Some of them like might get inspired sometimes and just sit with me and draw in the lunch break, which that was amazing. It really made me feel good, and like I was not some sort of an alien. They were like really few. They were like, I don't know, maybe one or two other kids in the class that used to draw and have something for art like me. And of course, I just give my art at that point the form of a human, the very best human friend I would have ever wished to. I'd always like imagine someone by my side just cheering me up all the way, like, and just be there to talk to. Like, you can say an imaginary friend that I use it to draw, like the best friend that I could never ask for a better one. As a school kid, I got inspiration of many things in my childhood, such as movies and the books based on those movies, such as the Wimpy Kid Do-It-Yourself book and the Spiderwick Chronicles notebook. That notebook inspired me to create many original characters and magical and fantastical characters. And then I came to the idea of creating my own notebook where I kept all my tissue figures and drew them all. Well, not all of them, some of them. And I also wrote there like creative stuff that inspired me, and added like information. Like, I was the more the better. Like, there I have designed Blue Diamond before she was shown up. In those pages I put Shin Kong-gu from Shaolin Showdown. And yeah, I apologize for the bad English. My English was stupid. And then I created this notebook. In this notebook, I basically like, this is where I truly have started like designing original characters, where some of them were based off my family members and some of them were just pure imagination. And in this simple notebook I just write the names of people that copy my style, and here I'd just Like when I don't have the notebook in my hands, I just doodle on any piece of paper that I find, and then just like put it there in this folder. There, that was the first design of Solaris, and yeah, that's pretty much how I got inspiration in my childhood. My art style has always been there for me. Like even when I lost the fight to major in art at college, I'd still draw and I still just do what I did. But only like when I got to college, I just had like more time, so I had more time to spend on my art. Like my attendance at college, I only like attended like 3 days a week, which was like which gave me like a lot of free time to doodle and just improve my art style. And of course more time like allowed me to be more on social media, so I started like following many artists on social media, and I got inspired by many of them, and like sometimes I'd get even inspired by someone more than another one, and of course I started like stealing like an artist. How's that? Like I just take maybe how that person drew the eyes and how that person like maybe colored, maybe how that person also drew the hair, and then I put all of what I've gathered into one thing which I called my style. Like that is at this point of my journey, it's the point where I started getting serious with art. Sometimes my art style would really just get food poisoned when I feed it a lot like from the same source of inspiration, and then I'd stay all night trying to fix that. But I learned from my mistakes and I went back to the right path by developing original stuff, like using my own clothes into my own style, and so that really saved me there. And I don't really blame the person that got upset over it, because I know how it feels like when you get your style like copied or stuff, even if it's not stolen, like even copied. So just make sure to not copy too much of the same style. Still like an artist when you are developing your own style. That's what I learned pretty much. And of course, like college was not that much better of an environment than school. There were like all sorts of students, like even the toxic ones. Those ones, like they really got on to me. Like I am studying architecture, and there, like most of the students there, their parents are architects or like have some knowledge about architecture, where mine, no one in my family knows anything about architecture. I really just got into it because I like drawing, and it was the closest thing to draw, and I really just was interested in learning how to do backgrounds. So anyways, those students were like always just looking down on me and like, how are you an artist that have entered architecture? Those are two separate things. You hope to defeat me with this cute style? that like got me so bad. And then I decided that I'm gonna destroy you. You're in danger, pal. In the beginning, I was not planning on paying the slightest attention to architecture. I was really just there for my own benefit. But after that toxicity, I was like, I'm gonna graduate with straight A's. And gladfully, I was able to pass most of my courses with straight A's. Like the teachers really liked my projects. They had something that the other students couldn't have, which was my art style. Like it was something that the professors didn't expect to see in architecture, and was more than enough to make the professors impressed with my projects. Like they may have their parents, but I have my art. Later on, I found out that one of the main reasons I was really addicted to art was memories. I was someone that really cherished memories and liked to spend good times with whomever I could spend it with. Like I reflected those times into art, whether I was able to achieve those memories myself or not. Like I really got inspired by anime. Whenever I watched an anime, I really just wished that I could spend some time with the characters. And whether it was an anime or a cartoon or maybe a webtoon, like for example Peter Pan, the boy that never grew, I really wanted to meet him. Ryan from Super Secret Webtoon, he was like a cool guy, and really I was just like, how can I not be a part of it?
I fell in love with their invention. How could I not be part of it?
Sometimes my art try to pay me back for those good memories I gave it by really just attracting people towards me, but but what it did not realize that it was always the center of attention. And there were always those companies that wanted to hire me as their animator. Like, they wanted to hire me, but not really, but they kind of wanted to, but not really. Like, it was toxic from the very first interview. Like, they'd always accuse me from stealing my art style, like, because I've used this bean face, which was used in more than one place, and they even questioned my ability to draw a simple stupid bird in a stupid style, just because they didn't like my art style. Like, I looked at them in the face, and like, I don't care about what you think, that's my art. You don't have the right to criticize me, I don't work with you even yet.
I don't upset you?
Who cares about how I feel? How you feel is bound to be much more interesting.
After that, I got inspired by two wonderful artists into sharing my art on social media. There were Sultan Sketches and Miriam Bonastri Tour, I hope I spelled that right. She's the creator of Hockey Webtoon, which is a very inspiring webtoon that I recommend reading. It played a main role in improving my art style and inspiring it. Sultan Sketches has a wonderful YouTube channel which provides art videos of all kinds. I really recommend watching it. It's so inspiring and hilarious. And through my account on Instagram, I got to meet some of the most amazing artists, and their art, it's so inspiring and amazing. I've never seen such thing before. Like, we inspired each other and created a lot of wonderful memories through collaboration art or art raids, or even through playing Among Us and murdering each other. Like, all of those memories, they are like wonderful memories that I cherish, and I really appreciate you being my friend. Thank you for finding me, or for even accepting to be my friends. Instagram or social media in general has never been so wonderful since I've met all of you. I hope that we continue to be friends and that we continue to make those memories together. I really love all of you. Your friendship is wonderful. Thank you so much, people. Thank you, Adobo, for being a wonderful Chucky and adding me to that cult, which is like the best called on Discord that anyone could ever wish for. Thank you, Sita, for always being my Undertale mate and a supporter of Undertale art. Thank you, Cat. Your videos, your edits, they were wonderful. Like, I would have never gotten here without them. You have no idea how much inspiration they have gotten into my life, and without you I would have not even got into Webtoon. Thank you, Quirek. I know we did not create much memories together yet, but I hope that we continue on, my shy guy. And thank you, Leafy, for the wonderful meowing and the wonderful times, yeah. For having the same taste of music as I do, and for being an amazing cult fellow member. Like, no one in my whole life I've met had the same taste in music as I do. And the rest of you know who you are, just don't be sad that I did not put you there. I can't put everyone in this photo.
Nice guys like you shouldn't have bad days.
Of course, everything have its dark side. Like, social media life was not always just happy memories and friends. Like, there were those people who tried to just force their opinion and their critic on other people's art and like judge their art, even when they are not asked to. But what really got me upset, that artists like started getting affected by their opinions and just really at some cases quit art, which like really got me mad. At that point, I just like really went to every critic post and just posted their comments saying, do never give your opinion on anyone's art unless you are asked to. Like, we are artists. A true artist only needs to please themselves. Like it's my art. It's no longer art if it's not how I see it. It's no longer my art style if I just go and follow your opinion on it. That's it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my work, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Maybe you can follow me also on Instagram. Links will be in the description down below. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much and have a wonderful weekend.
Won't you help me solve